In 2026, the American workforce is facing a growing longevity gap. While modern technology was supposed to shorten the work week, the reality for millions of Americans is quite the opposite. A dangerous correlation has emerged between states with the longest average weekly working hours and those with the lowest life expectancy. This phenomenon, often called biological burnout, occurs when chronic work stress, sedentary office hours, or physically grueling industrial labor intersect with poor healthcare access and metabolic instability. Here are the 7 U.S. states where people work the hardest and, tragically, live the least. 1. Louisiana. Why number 1? Louisiana holds the somber title of the state where residents work the most and live the shortest lives. In 2026, the average monthly work volume in the Pelican State reaches a staggering 146 hours, or approximately 36.5 hours per week across the entire population, including part-time workers. This intense labor output is coupled with the lowest life expectancy in the nation, hovering around 71.4 years. The industrial strain. Much of Louisiana's labor force is concentrated in the petrochemical and offshore drilling sectors. These roles often require 12-hour shifts and high physical toll, leading to rapid systemic inflammation and cardiovascular strain. The food desert overlap. The long hours leave little time for nutritious meal prep, forcing a reliance on ultra-processed convenience foods. In 2026, Louisiana's high obesity and diabetes rates are directly linked to the time poverty experienced by its working class. The satiety issue. With high stress and low sleep, workers in Louisiana often experience a metabolic crash that shortens their biological clock, making it the epicenter of the work-life imbalance crisis. 2. Texas. Why number 2? The Texas miracle has a hidden cost. Texas consistently ranks among the top 3 for longest work weeks, with an average of 35.8 hours. While the state's economy is booming in 2026, the life expectancy has failed to keep pace, currently sitting at 75.4 years, well below the national average for high GDP states. The no-limit culture. Texas has a cultural ethos of big growth, which translates to a high-pressure environment for both white-collar tech workers and blue-collar energy employees. The lack of state-mandated rest breaks and a culture of overtime pride leads to chronic cortisol elevation. Infrastructure fatigue. Long commute times in cities like Houston and Dallas add hidden work hours to the day. The sedentary nature of these commutes, combined with work stress, creates a pro-inflammatory lifestyle that accelerates aging. 2026 status. Despite having world-class medical centers in Houston, the average Texan's lifespan is being clipped by the sheer volume of hours spent at the desk or on the rig. 3. West Virginia. Why number 3? West Virginia is a state where the labor is heavy and the lifespan is short. Residents here average 35.1 work hours per week, often in the mining, healthcare, and service industries. Its life expectancy is the second lowest in the U.S., at approximately 71 years. The legacy of extraction. The physical toll of coal mining and related industries has a multi-generational impact on health. Even as the state pivots toward new industries in 2026, the biological debt of decades of hard labor remains. The opioid and stress cycle. Chronic pain from long hours often leads to a reliance on pain management, which has exacerbated the state's opioid crisis. The intersection of work exhaustion and healthcare scarcity creates a downward spiral for longevity. Metabolic vulnerability. High rates of smoking and sedentary leisure due to work-related fatigue make West Virginia a prime example of how long hours can lock in poor health outcomes. 4. Mississippi. Why number 4? Mississippi ranks 4th due to its high labor intensity and the lowest overall life expectancy in the country, 70.9 years. While the average weekly hours sit at 34.9, the quality of work is often low-wage and high-stress, which provides the worst possible ratio of effort to life extension resources. A low-wage exhaustion. Workers in Mississippi often have to work multiple jobs to make ends meet, meaning their actual work hours are far higher than the single-employer statistics suggest. This hidden overtime is a silent killer. Dietary default. In 2026, Mississippi remains a leader in lifestyle diseases. The exhaustion from long shifts leads to a dietary default, where the cheapest, fastest calories. High sugar, high seed oils become the primary fuel source. The healthcare gap. Long hours in the service sector often come without adequate health insurance, meaning that the early warning signs of heart disease or cancer go undetected until they are terminal. 5. Oklahoma. Why number 5? Oklahoma is a hard-working state with a biological penalty. Residents average 35 hours per week, yet the life expectancy has plateaued at 72.7 years. In 2026, Oklahoma's economy is heavily reliant on the energy and agricultural sectors, both of which demand long, irregular hours. The agriculture toll. Farming and ranching are not 9 to 5 jobs. The always-on nature of rural labor in Oklahoma leads to sleep deprivation, which is a primary driver of cognitive decline and metabolic dysfunction in later life. The Tornado Alley stress, environmental stressors, combined with economic pressure, create a high-anxiety environment. This chronic stress weathers the body's telomeres, causing workers to age faster on a cellular level. 2026 status. Oklahoma's struggle to modernize its healthcare infrastructure means that the work-life toll isn't being mitigated by advanced geriatric care, leading to a shorter retirement for most residents. 6. Kentucky. Why number 6? Kentucky workers are known for their grit, averaging 35 hours of work a week. However, the state's life expectancy remains stuck at 72.3 years. The Bluegrass State faces a unique challenge where industrial labor in manufacturing and logistics is outstripping the body's ability to recover. A logistics fatigue. As a major hub for companies like UPS and Amazon, Kentucky has a massive warehouse workforce. In 2026, the high-speed, metric-driven nature of this work is causing unprecedented levels of burnout and musculoskeletal decay. The cancer corridor. Long hours in manufacturing environments can expose workers to industrial pollutants. When combined with the high smoking rates in the state, the working life becomes a significant risk factor for shortened longevity. Socioeconomic friction. The working poor in Kentucky often work the longest hours but have the least access to the wellness economy, gyms, organic food, preventative care that helps extend life in states like Hawaii or Vermont. 7. Tennessee. Why number 7? Tennessee rounds out the list with a high-growth economy that is burning the candle at both ends. With an average work week of 35.2 hours, the volunteer state is attracting major corporations, but at the cost of its residents' health. Life expectancy in Tennessee is currently 72.4 years. The Nashville pressure. The rapid growth of Nashville as a tech and healthcare hub has created a hustle culture that rivals the East Coast. Tech workers and corporate executives are reporting 50-plus hour weeks as the standard. Rural decay. Outside of the major cities, the rural workforce is struggling with the collapse of traditional manufacturing. This leads to distressed labor, working long hours in suboptimal conditions just to stay afloat. 2026 status. Tennessee is a prime example of economic success masking biological failure. While the state's GDP rises, the life years of its citizens are being traded for corporate productivity. The biological cost of the 40-hour myth. In 2026, the data is undeniable. Working harder does not mean living better. These 7 states prove that when a culture prioritizes output over outcome, the human body pays the price. The why behind this crisis is a combination of time poverty, industrial strain, and systemic healthcare gaps. To survive the longevity gap, Americans in these states must move beyond the work-at-all-costs mentality. The future of the workforce isn't just about higher wages. It's about metabolic recovery. We are entering an era where free time is the ultimate health supplement. If you live in one of these long-hour states, your most important career move might not be a promotion, but a commitment to reclaiming your time.